I'm going to talk about the 4 ways you can start a side hustle now to start making money. 4 different ways to start a side hustle. Maybe it grows into a main hustle and you can start making money. And we're just watching the BMW Welt, BMW World, going to the BMW Museum, and this place is crazy. Mini Cooper, Rolls Royce, it's absolutely insane. So we're here in Germany, we're in Munich, the headquarters of BMW. This is gonna be a fun day to walk through this museum, and of course I'm gonna give you the 4 ways that you can start making money now with some side hustles. And if it's your first time here, at 300,000 subscribers, make sure you like, comment, enable notifications, and subscribe down below. I want you to win a car, I wanna meet you, I wanna fly you out, and yeah, build a car with you. Yeah, this place is absolutely insane, so insane. And I have a BMW M3 CS. If you haven't checked out that video, check it out. The build is sick. We're getting ready to change the livery on it, so I'm pretty excited about that. But number 1, let's get to number 1 on what you can do right now. Like it's a 3-day weekend. I'm recording this. It's a 3-day weekend. It's July 4th. Happy birthday, America. Right, it's America's birthday, right? Independence Day. So happy birthday. But we can be making money today. Of course, you should see fireworks. You should go to a barbecue, but that's at night. So what could we be doing today, for instance, to make us money? So the first thing is, and it's not even, none of these ideas are original. I've got to be talking to people, the internet, different ideas, but I'm gonna go over 2 or 3 service-based things you can do, which service-based is tough, but you can delegate and hire people out and make it more than a side hustle. But we'll start with service-based, and then I'll try to throw in a product-based as well. But the first thing is window washing. I had a gentleman on my vlog that started a window washing company, used a specific type of iodized water, and he door knocks. And so door knocking is important. It's probably one of the hardest, most fast ways to get good at sales, but door knocking to offer services to window wash. And right now I even used them because it is summertime, the rain is come and gone, I had a lot of dust, a lot of dirt, and it was great. So door knocking was one way for window washing. Startup costs a few $100 to get the right water and the right tools. Not a ton of money to start up the side hustle, but also what you can be doing, and I talked to him about this, and this is a cheat code for you guys, is there's apps like Nextdoor, Facebook groups. You can infiltrate these groups and post your services so people can use you. And so the internet is a very powerful thing. So, and I'm sure there's more apps than Nextdoor and Facebook groups, but I will tell you, if you have not joined Nextdoor before or Facebook groups, they go off with a ton of Karens, a ton of people that live in the community. And so as long as you have your wordage right, like, you know, you're looking for extra cash, you're really passionate, whatever, you pull on their heartstrings, which I'm assuming would be true, because if you're gonna go do a job like window washing, you're gonna wanna do a good job because you're literally washing someone's house, right? And so it's important to take pride in that. And so I think with the right message, you could definitely get a lot of headway. So that is the first way that you can start a side hustle literally today. You could literally start today. Look at that real quick. That thing's sick. That thing's crazy. And my bad, you guys. I totally forgot to whip out my camera and take video of the museum. But I highly recommend the BMW Museum. And we're walking back over to BMW Welt, where they have a bunch of other brands. So I'll be sure to grab some footage for you guys when we talk about the 4 different ways to make a side hustle. So the first one was window washing. And I also want to say that I'm trying to pick things that don't require, you know, a ton of skill or schooling or things like that. Now, number 2 is, and I would pay like 50 to 75 bucks a week for this, for real. I would pay 50 to 75 bucks a week. And I don't know, I'm sure there's a service out there that I could find, but trash can bring in and bring out, which basically, you know, you can go at night, both times. You don't have to go during your day job. You could book 10, 15 people and bring in trash cans in and out for trash day. Like my trash day is Monday, so Sunday night you could come 5 to 7 p.m., bring them out, and then in on Monday, and same thing. All you would need to do is Nextdoor, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all these apps will help. Let's go across. Sorry, that's a pretty cool building right there. So the other service I pay for too, and this is a bonus one, this is completely bonus, and I don't know who owns it. I'm sure I could get to the bottom of it, but there's 2 different companies in my neighborhood that offer dog poop cleanup. It's like 120 bucks a week. Someone comes literally for like 17 minutes, picks up dog poop for me, and it's awesome. And I get advertisements all the time. I get stuff left on my door by the competing company. So I know that they're probably doing good, and it's not the owner that comes out. I've only seen 2 different employees come, but that's another way too that, you know, you can even do it on a Saturday or Sunday. You don't have to do it during the week. So that's a bonus one. That's a 5th one, I guess. But I actually do enjoy that service, not because I'm better than picking up poop. Like, I love my dogs, I'll take care of them, but just it's a super convenient thing, just like the trash removal, just like the window washing, that I think a lot of people aren't thinking about. A lot of these things you could build a good business. Maybe you don't make millions and millions of dollars, but dude, a few thousand extra dollars a month, that's pretty big. And this person that built that business has been able to scale it to have actual employees, an automated system, a billing person. So obviously doing pretty good. So that's another idea as well. And I know of 2 servicing Orange County at this time. And we just walked in to, there's an actual BMW driving down there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but they're putting a BMW in one of those. I've never seen it drive in a museum or like an exhibition hall, so that's pretty cool. Oh, and people are sitting, I guess maybe they sell BMWs right there?
I think you can, oh yeah, I think it's also a showroom.
I think you can drive them maybe out, right? Because look, there's one driving right there. This is pretty cool. Huge BMW store here, which the BMW store at the museum was not quite as cool. This is huge. All right, so some product-based ideas, and I've said this multiple times, but it still rings true, is Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, things like that. You can go on, find free stuff or even less expensive stuff that people are trying to get rid of, do some research, even use ChatGPT, things like that to see what the lowest value of that item is. For example, you could find, a purse, or you could find an article of clothing, or you could find shoes, or you could find furniture that people want to get rid of for $5, $10, $15 for free when it's selling on the internet for $75, $100, whatever. That's a great way to sort of trade products or get into a product-based business. It still does require some of your time, but that is, I guess, the entryway into a product-based business where you're not really doing much manual labor, if you will. And another great one is, and this again requires little effort from your part, but you can also start a meal prep. Little money to start, but you can start a meal prep. You can take pre-orders for your meal prep business. And if you don't know how to cook, that's okay. Hopefully at home or your apartment or where you live, you have an oven or a stovetop that you can use. Getting plastic containers and things like that is relatively inexpensive, and you can literally look on YouTube or Google or even ChatGPT on how to cook, what nutrition people need to meet, what people look for. You can even start talking to people that eat clean or want to eat clean to get pre-orders and pick their brain about what's important to them, and you can build out a whole menu and take pre-orders, and that probably takes a few hours a week to get into, as far as having a meal prep business, and then one more just for and gigs, if you will. You can also go on Etsy and things like OfferUp, and a lot of people on there, they have things they make, they have things that like art pieces, things like that. Even eBay's a good one where, again, little to no effort, you can see what's trending. You can look on the internet to see what's trending and make some of these items. And my products-based business, when I first started like 12, 13 years ago, I did things by hand. So like I started making my product by hand, one at a time, got proof of concept, and then eventually, once I got proof of concept, I started figuring out how to scale into more and more production. And so I don't want you to get frustrated with a products-based business being like, wow, this is a lot to make products, or I can make only 10 in 2 hours, things like that. Like, there is ways to scale up, but you need to make sure that you have proof of concept first. Now, the other thing that might be going through your head is, well, Chris, I have a day job. Like, I work 8 hours a day, maybe you have an hour commute, so that's 9 hours, maybe you have a kid, so you only have a few hours at night to look at side hustles or do extra work and not many hours on the weekend. I get that. I understand that, but there are 24 hours in a day, and so a lot of it also does fall down to time management. And time management is so big because, and I've fallen guilty of this too, where I think I'm getting a lot done, but I got my coffee, and then I got set up at the perfect spot, and I'm gonna do extra research, and then I'll do a little bit later. I'm also a master procrastinator, and so I need to make sure that I have discipline, and then I plan out my day, and so I keep a notebook of the different things I need to get done, how much time those things would take, so I can properly plan out my days and weeks that I can reach certain goals, right? And so that's why time management is a big, big part of the battle here. Outside of that, it's also finding the motivation. Like when I give you these ideas, they're not even originally mine, but I give you these ideas, what I want you to know is that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to recreate fire. You don't have to go build a car that takes a different type of fuel. Like, that's not what is needed. Most people that are successful just outwork other people and work harder. That's basically it. They just do more. That's basically it. They have a ton of grit. They persevere. And so that's really only that's required. And so trust me, I know. Like, when I started my first business and I was working a sales gig, that sales gig I was working like 80, 90 hours a week. And then I had to work another 20 or 30 hours a week helping my partner build my first business. Like, I was tired. But I wasn't tired in the sense of like, oh, like I'm exhausted, I can't do this. I was tired, but I had passion. I was doing what I believed in. I wanted to see what I create. I wanted to have financial freedom. So although I was tired, it allowed me to push through those barriers because I could see the bigger picture. And even today, I have a gang of startups. You know, I exited a company, Savage, 2 years ago, and I had to go back to startup life. And so I do resonate with, you know, getting up at 6 a.m. and not going to bed to midnight, 1 a.m. I get it. It's tough. But the thing is the people that are willing to put in the work, that are willing to take that risk, that are willing to sacrifice, you know, some balance, those are when the rewards pay off. And I would trade 2, 3, 4, 5 years of discomfort for countless years of financial freedom. And I'll end with this. This is on a different video, but as soon as people start making some good money, they want to rush out and buy the Rolex or buy the hat or buy the shirt or buy the car. And the thing of it is I worked the 100, 120 hours a week for like 5 years before I bought my first, I guess, Rolex or nice thing. And that's just what it's going to take. And so I think ending on this note is good, where as you start these things, a lot of people will get started and it just won't pan out week 1 or week 2 or week 3, and they'll just give up. Just like kind of working out, where people will get into the gym January 1st, and by February, most of those people are out of the gym. You need to have consistency, you need to have follow through, and if you do research on an idea, you get a couple clients, and you get going, I would say give it at least 6 months. Give it at least 6 months before you throw in the towel. If you can look back on the last 6 months of this side hustle you picked out, and you said you gave it your all, I don't want you to stop doing a side hustle. I want you to have financial freedom. Just pick a different one. But that's my recommendation to you. So hopefully you enjoyed this vlog. There's a few creative ideas on how to get a side hustle, make money now. Look, if you're new here or you've been here and you just don't know, every 100,000 subscribers to give away a car. I fly you out to California. We get to spec it out. It's a whole ton of fun. Easy to enter. All you have to do is subscribe, like, comment down below, enable notifications so I know you're in. And you can comment anything. Ask me a question. Tell me what I got wrong. I'm here to learn too. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Welcome. If you're coming back and you haven't entered to win the car